I think we should give flowers to TD Jakes, man. Ever since I've been a child, probably 6 or 7, my mom used to play him. He used to be on the radio. I'm talking about before he was even on TV. Like he's just always been kind of in my life. And I watched the video of him having a medical emergency on stage, and I just feel like we gotta start protecting our leaders, man. I don't know him. I'm not connected with his family. Never been to the church. Never seen him in person. Just always watched him online. Just he's just been a mentor to me from afar. Don't know him personally. Don't really care about what people say, the good, the bad, the indifference. I just think we got to protect our leaders. First thing, no one's perfect, but man, he's a great leader, man. He has helped do a lot, move a lot. He has created a lot. Just even his partnerships with these big corporations for affordable housing. Of course, his preaching, right? Dynamic, right? Wouldn't you say he's the #1 preacher of our time right now? I know people don't like to give people praise or they flowers, or they want to point to the negatives, or anytime it comes to a preacher, they want to talk about the money or whatever. But don't you want somebody that's doing the best of their craft, holding it down? I don't know. I just think we really should just give him his flowers. He really searched, he really researched, he really praised, he really deliver a message to inspire. He really tries to help. And I think at the end of the day, when we judge people, because we all judge people, I know we don't supposed to, but we do. We gotta start looking at people's intent. His intent. Sorry about that. His intent has been, in my opinion, has to be to shift and change the world, bring people closer to God. Not only through being a preacher, but being a businessman. Not only that, but through movies and scripts and songs and just the way he moved. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So I'm not saying that he's a god. None of that. I don't want nobody to take that from this message. But when I see what happened on stage, I just wish we gave it flowers. I wish we would do more. I just even like that he's so ahead of his time. I've been watching him a long time, and he's very strategic. His moves are always ahead. For the past year and a half, and like I said, I don't know anybody. I don't know nobody there. Don't have any personal connection. I just watch him on my phone. Have always, just as a child, as an adult, just watch his videos and all of that stuff, and just I've been inspired, right? And I feel like I should just give him his flowers. But over the year and a half, I've been watching him set up a plan far as when he's no longer there to keep the Power House running. I've been watching him do it. I've been watching. He ain't said it. He didn't put it out there, but I just been watching his moves. I'm like, he's preparing, like he's retiring if something happened, and it's just genius. It's just brilliant. Just all his different, just all his different lessons and stories and his quotes. The one that shook the world was "Get ready, get ready, get ready." Those things, those things really inspired me. Man. So I'm gonna post, if they allow me to. I'm gonna post some of his clips in here that's really just inspiring. But this video is just really about giving him his flowers because he deserved it. Not only did he deserve it, but I think we gotta just start just protecting our leaders. I don't think we protect them enough. I think we look for ways to beat our leaders down and just whatever, man. I feel like, and yeah, we don't have one leader. We have multiple leaders and multiple people that do different things. But when we have people that have tried to do their best to push and elevate our people, I think we have to do a great job of just protecting them, letting them know we're there, giving them flowers, and not always asking them for things. I feel like when we see leaders or people in power, we always want them to do something, share something, give something. And sometimes I think we got to give them things. Sometimes we got to inspire them. Sometimes we got to protect them from themselves when they don't know. God forbid, but if something would happen on stage, he was on stage, and if something would have happened to him, he was trying to give. He wasn't taking. He was trying to do what his purpose is. Most people never figure out what their purpose is or mission, so they are happy, and they don't want to see other people happy. But when you know what your purpose, and your mission is, and you drive that energy, that fire that burns in your belly, and normally I'm never, lack of words and know not what to say or any of that, but I'm just so inspired and I just want to give him flowers. And I know he probably will never see this, but it ain't about that. It's just about when people in your personal life, people around you who have did great things, people you can lean on, people who have inspired you, or people who have helped you when they didn't need the help. Give them their flowers. Let them know. You might not can give them, but let them know I'm thankful for you. You're amazing. You helped me. I appreciate you. You working too hard. Take a break. I got it this time. Or I'm going to step up here. I think we got to start doing more of that. Start working together. Stop worrying about, oh, you on top and I want to be on top. You on top. How can I help you grow more? What can I do to inspire you? How can I help your success be more? How can I just help? I think we all want to be the boss. Everybody want to be the boss and in charge and have the money and flex and all that great stuff. Everybody do. But sometimes we just got to help the people that's in positions so they can cast a greater net, a wider net, to get more people, get more resources. We got to figure out ways to just work together, be better. We got to figure it out. And I just didn't see a lot of people. I seen them post what happened and people sing their prayers, but I just didn't feel like I seen a lot of people just willing to protect them. And I felt like he needed protection. I feel like people need to say he need a break. I heard him say that the doctor say he needs to come back slow and move slow. And I agree. I agree. Yes, we need him back. Yes, we need to hear his word. Yes, we need to continue to be inspired. Yes, he got to keep pushing the mission and purpose forward. But what's most important is his health. What's most important is him being here for his family and his grandkids and whoever's connected with him. That's more important. Him as a person is more important than us being able to see what we can get from him, us getting a message. And trust me, I'm one of them ones. I'm one of them ones. Every Sunday, I'm listening. During the week, I'm listening. When you do the Bible study, when I go to work Thursday morning, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm getting stuff right. And we just take. Sometimes people think of taking it just people physically taking things from you. But emotionally, people can drain you and take your resources and who you are. And we got to figure out ways to give back. And I don't know how to give back to them. I don't know them. But I feel like this is something small. If a million other people give him his flowers like I'm doing right now, maybe that'll give him some strength. Maybe that will inspire him. Maybe it won't. Who knows? You know? But I've been definitely inspired by him. He's definitely have helped me through a lot of difficult situations. I know he did help millions of people with a lot of difficult situations. His wisdom. When I used to work in a mental health clinic, every day we had to teach different classes. And one of the things that I used to do is I used to listen to his last sermon and I would take some of his message and I would insert it. And it would help people because how dynamic and good it was. I would put it into my mental health lesson because that's how great it was. And one of the things that I used to use that I heard him say that was powerful and it used to really help my people is sometimes you get so angry or people get so angry that they hold everything in. And when you hold it in, it becomes depression. And I used to use that for my people who was depressed. And it was just so powerful. Because when you get so angry where you can't do nothing, you hold it in, it turns into depression. And that's when people aren't able to do nothing to move or be able to move forward. And he talks about how to when you're depressed, how to get out of it. How you got to get up and move, do something. And I used to use those little messages, the things he used to share to really help people. Not just that, a lot of different things. And I just think we should just be able to give people their flowers. So this is my flowers. I'm gonna try my best to do maybe 3 or 4 clips that has really inspired me from him if YouTube allow me. If not, you'll just get this video regardless. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for following along with D. Lee, living with D. Lee family and friends. I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna try to drop more. We just giving different things, sports, just how we feel, giving people their flowers, our daily vlogs, just a lot of different things. We just trying to really inspire people. My purpose of doing this is getting outside the box and doing something different. And I hope this inspire you to get outside the box and do something different too. Peace.
And very courageous. Be strong and very courageous. Be strong and be of good courage. Be strong and possess the land. Because God knows that for what you're going to do, it is not by our strength. You understand? You understand. See, help me preach this thing this morning, girl. It's inner strength. So my fourth point is you got to have inner strength for this fight. It's not your outer strength. It's not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord. So you got to have that gut strength, that belly strength, that devil-defying come hell or high water strength, that roll me out in front of them and I'll preach from a chair strength, that tenacity to take a licking and keep on ticking, that inner strength that when I can't do as I would, I'm going to do as I can, but I'm not going to stop doing. To the best of my ability, I'm going to stretch and to go. Hallelujah! Be strong! And I'm not thinking about you and will not help you, because God is training you how to be a soldier. You can't be a soldier if you don't get in a foxhole. You gotta have some lies told on you. You got to be mistreated on your job. You got to be lonely and still shout hallelujah. You are a soldier. Hell is breaking loose, so God is gonna make a way for me. The devil said I can't do it, so know who I came to preach to tonight. But whoever it is, you're going through a little test. You're going through a little trouble. You're going through a little trauma. And it looks like you're going through a little setback. But the Lord said, get ready, 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 get ready. Pierced him in the side, the heavens opened up and dead men started getting up out of the grave. When they pierced him in the side, it was an expression, the gift is open. It is the ultimate gift. My final point, that gift leads to the ultimate experience. The ultimate experience is whosoever believeth in him. Whosoever is a blank check. Whosoever is a blank check. It's not just a gift for the good people. It's not just a good gift for the rich people. It's not just a gift for the famous people. It's not just a gift for the important people. Whosoever brought the experience home to me. I could be a reject, a mess up, a fool around, somebody nobody wants to be bothered with, but because he left the check blank and said whosoever will, it opened up the ultimate experience. Because he was the giver, I was the receiver of an experience that was procured by him so loving me that he gave me an experience that I could not access on my own.
Because I have a library of things that you've said. I don't think there's been a sermon.
Remember, by the way.
Yeah, so I have
I'm scared to death
the upper hand. But you do this thing, all right, I saw him do this thing at a preacher's conference once. And he said, I won't imitate your voice.
Go ahead.
He has this really intense mode. There's a wide open Bishop Jakes, and then there's a very intense It's many gears, but it's equal intensity, and it's terrifying. But it was a pretty big moment. And you say, "There's nothing that I have that you don't have. I have one mouth. You have one mouth. I have 2 ears. You have 2 ears." And you know how descriptive he is. He went all the way to the toenails. And I'm just being honest, Bishop, respectfully, I was thinking, that's not true. You have this mind and this ability and this voice, even as a preacher who admires you so much. There's a part of me that goes, I know the point is that God has given each of us a calling, but I think a lot of us, when we hear about the parable of the talents, we don't know, well, do I have 1? Do I have 2? Do I have 5? I don't want to get out there and do something stupid that I wasn't meant to do, but I don't want to stop short.
You're really hitting on something. First thing, I am in touch with myself in a way that a lot of people are not. I know me. I dated me.
Cool.
Yeah. It's funny, but it's true. I've dated me. I know me. You know, when you date somebody, you explore them to see who they are. Most people are so busy dating other people, they never dated themselves. When God says to Adam, the very first command God says to Adam is to be fruitful. You can only be fruitful if you are seedful. Okay, so we're talking about the difference between fruit and seed. Identifying your seed is what causes you to be fruitful. The first revelation of seed should happen in your family. You should have parents who are looking at their kids looking for seeds. I'm gonna give you my grandbaby story. You asked for it, you're gonna get it. You're just gonna get it. So we're in my church and it's dark and my grandbaby's in there and a bunch of friends are in there and we're taking pictures and I can't find the light. And you know, the lights are complicated and I can't figure out how to turn all this stuff on. And so we're trying to get some pictures. And so my grandbaby ran and she says, "Wait a minute, Paul, I'm gonna get a flashlight." She went up under the pew where we have hidden flashlights, snatched down a flashlight and brought it over and said, "Now take the picture." And so I said to her, I said, "Baby, don't you wanna be, Kenzie, don't you wanna be in the picture?" She said, "No, I don't wanna be in the picture, I wanna hold the light." That's the seed right there. That's the seed right there. So we came back to the house and I was getting ready to take a picture and I'm trying to keep up with you millennials, you know. It's so hard. And I was trying to take a selfie and I got a timer, you know, where you can back up and go, you know. If you follow me on Instagram, you know this is true. And so I couldn't get my phone to sit up. And she went and got some books and propped it up. And I told my daughter, I said, put her in leadership classes, put her in management classes. She's a problem solver. That starts early. Her instinct in a situation is to solve the problem. She says, I don't want to be in the picture, I want to hold the light. Those are seeds. Okay. Directing that child toward an area where you can cultivate what God has planted down inside of them is important. It's very, very important. There are people in this room that have dormant seeds laying inside of them, that if they get in the right atmosphere, they're going to turn into things you have never seen before. They didn't always have the benefit of parents who could see it or had time to see it or knew how to see it. But even as adults, there are still seeds down in you that have not been touched yet. That's what happened to Elisha. He was fulfilling his parents' vision, plowing in the field. That boy wasn't no farmer. Just because you can run a plow doesn't mean you're a farmer. But sometimes we get stuck in what people expect.
Right.
And we never find out who we are because we're living somebody else's dream. And so there he is plowing in the field doing what his daddy wanted and going around and said, I guess this is all life has for me. And he's going around and around in circles like many people are listening to me right now. You go to work, go to church, go home. Go to work, go to church, go home. Go to work, go to church, go home. You're plowing around in circles until Elijah passed by him. And then he was exposed to something. The moment he was exposed to something greater, he dropped something lesser. You understand what I'm saying? Got it. That's why conversations like this are important, Because really, I'm not throwing seeds, I'm throwing fertilizer. And if it hits the seed, it's going to give birth to companies and businesses and books and artistry and drama and all kinds of stuff that's in this room that people never have given themselves permission to burn their plow.